Peanut has always been an essential part of our menu design and recipe design.
Many of the universities have proven that you can actually serve peanuts safely with strong operational systems in place.
Students can feel empowered to navigate dining commons on their own, given their food allergies. Really helps set them up for adult life after they graduate, because peanuts are really not going anywhere.
Peanuts are good for fueling you up for your workout, or like recovery and sustaining energy, would also be very effective with my generation.
Welcome to the Peanut Podcast, where we explore how America's favorite nut is fueling innovation, culture, and community. I'm Ashton Pellom.
And I'm Lauren Highfill Williams. Today, we're exploring how colleges across the country are managing food allergens while keeping peanuts on the menu, safely, confidently, and creatively.
We'll hear from dining leaders, chef, and a student ambassador about how peanuts support both safety and inclusion on campus.
From authentic international flavors to smart allergen management programs, these stories show what happens when peanuts aren't missing.
We start at the University of Massachusetts Amherst with Chef Pellom, executive sous chef at UMass Dining. Chef Pellom oversees 2 dining halls on campus, and their team serves tens of thousands of meals every day.
Caleb says peanuts aren't just an ingredient, they're essential to cultural authenticity.
Peanut has always been an essential part of our menu design and recipe design. We have a big populations of international students, like students come from India, Southeast Asia, China, and peanut has always been part of their cuisine. So we put an emphasis on trying to be authentic with our food that we serve them every day.
Authenticity meets safety. At UMass, that balance starts behind the scenes.
Cross-contaminations, and mislabeling are a constant challenge and concerns for kitchen staff at UMass Dining. And we tackle these issues by offering intensive allergy trainings for all our kitchen staff and front of the house staff. We do it annually with our in-house dietitians, and we have examinations after each sessions. And we also constantly supervise and remind our staff of safe and sanitary practice in the kitchen.
She says daily communication is key.
We have pre-meal meeting every day to review menu and recipe. Especially we highlight recipe that have peanut and other allergens in it. And I myself, double check, triple check label before the food went out to serve it to students.
And we asked Chef Pellom, what happens if peanuts disappeared from their menu?
If I take away peanut, I would have a riot on my hand, because like I myself, I love peanut. I grew up in Vietnam, and peanut is part of our diet and cuisine.
So what are students ordering?
People go crazy for chicken satay and Thai pad Thai with peanut. And it's the element that elevates the dish.
From the kitchen, we move to the nutrition office. Sabrina Hafner manages UMass's allergen safety program for one of the largest university dining systems in the country. In fact, UMass has been named the #1 college dining program in the country, a distinction the university has held for 9 consecutive years.
We have about 22 to 23,000 individuals on a meal plan, and of that, about 10%, or about 2,200 individuals, report having a food allergy on our campus. Of the 2,200 individuals, about 550 of those students report having a peanut allergy. However, out of the 550 individuals with a peanut allergy, about 35 of the students have reached out to us asking for accommodations, and the rest of them are able to freely eat within our campus dining operations.
Her team works hand in hand with chefs like Caleb to make sure every ingredient is labeled correctly.
Well, I work very closely with our culinary team and our management of operations to make sure that we support students with food allergies on our campus. And then with our specific team within nutrition, we oversee all of the recipes and ingredients to make sure that everything is flagged and coded to ensure accuracy in our menu labels within our operations. Transparency is key when it comes to relaying information to our students.
That transparency starts before students ever arrive on campus.
Freshman students who come to campus have to register for new student orientation in the summer. And upon registration for a new student orientation, they have to answer a questionnaire, one of which is, do you have any special dietary needs? And those include food allergies and other medical conditions that require them to be on a specific diet. And that information goes directly to the nutrition office, and we get that information as well as student emails, and we send out bulk emails to them a week prior to new student orientation, letting them know that here is all of the information you need to know on how to navigate dining safely. Here is what our menu identifiers look like. Here's how you navigate the UMass Dining app, our online website, and here are some resources and people to reach out to if you have any further questions or concerns on how to navigate campus dining.
For students who need more support, Sabrina's team offers one-on-one guidance.
So we have an online booking site that they can book an appointment to meet with us either in person or virtually. We can give them a tour of any of our dining facilities. We're able to meet with them to personalize their nutrition plan for the semester and review menus, review recipes, any other concerns that they have. And we also meet with parents too, because parents are also quite concerned about their students or their child's well-being.
And we asked, what's her philosophy on peanuts?
For us, we don't ban peanuts in any of our dining operations. I think it's really important to know and train staff on the severity of food allergies and how we can prevent cross-contact from happening, how to clean and sanitize our equipment that we use in our kitchens and in the serving lines as well. I think providing them that environment that they can feel, where students can feel empowered to navigate dining commons on their own, given their food allergies, really helps set them up for adult life after they graduate, because peanuts are really not going anywhere.
Nationally, more campuses are embracing allergen management over allergen avoidance. Valerie Lay, who works with universities nationwide through the National Peanut Board, sees that shift firsthand.
The trend used to be avoidance, but we're seeing a real shift from avoidance to management. So some campuses have kept peanuts and other allergens off the menu entirely, just out of caution. But now universities are realizing that full exclusion doesn't create a safer environment, or an inclusive one for that matter. Sometimes it actually isolates students.
And for campuses ready to serve peanuts safely, Valerie says success starts with process.
It really starts with confidence built on the back of a good process. So many of the universities have proven that you can actually serve peanuts safely with strong operational systems in place. That includes separate prep areas or proper clean and sanitize protocols, staff education, transparency with students.
She's also seeing creative new approaches in dining design.
Some universities allocate specific sections of stations, like think your salad bar or your yogurt parfait station or your breakfast station. They'll allocate a specific section of that for allergens like peanuts and tree nuts to be used as toppings and things of that nature, and they position them at the very end to minimize cross contact. So we've seen that a lot. We've also seen others that have introduced completely allergen-free stations, or even entire dining halls that are free from some or even all of the top 9 allergens.
Communication remains the common thread.
What we've seen that's been very effective is to leverage social media to make sure that you encourage students to self-identify, because it's really up to the students to tell you if they have a food allergy. It's not a requirement, because it can be construed as an invasion of privacy and things like that. So they encourage them to self-identify. And so for those that have self-identified with a food allergen, or even, like I said earlier, like dietary preferences, that they want to eat vegan, or that they want to, have a food intolerance to gluten and things like that, and they're looking for gluten-free alternatives, that they encourage them to come forward, come to them and talk to them. So the nutrition team at college universities play a big role in that. They'll meet with students one-on-one, help them to navigate the environment, make them feel comfortable and confident dining in any campus dining hall or any venue on campus. A lot of them will make sure that during orientation that parents feel confident and in all of the protocols that they have in place, making sure that the student does as well. They like I said, they sometimes will send out emails to students that are affected by any new menu additions. They meet with those students on a regular basis, so it's not just a one and done thing. They ask them to meet with them every semester to see how they're doing, tracking with them. Also, cross-departmental communication is key, I think, too, to make sure that students are informed all the way through. So nutrition teams connecting with health services, connecting with culinary teams and the like. So making sure that students feel confident on campus, and when they do that, they make sure that the student makes their own parent have peace of mind as well, that they're taking care of themselves and the school's taking care of them too.
And what's her message to food service leaders who may still hesitate?
They shouldn't be afraid to add something that is nutritious, delicious. We know that Gen Z craves and loves peanuts and peanut butter, as well as affordable and sustainable onto your menu, that you can start small. You can lean on proven models. You can come to us and we can share some best practices that other universities are executing. You don't have to overhaul your whole menu overnight. You can do packaged or pre-portioned peanut items. You can introduce them on controlled stations where your procedures are already really strong. And then I would also say, just to make sure that you're connecting with that cross-functional team, with health services, the nutrition team, the culinary team, because open communication is really critical. But most importantly, I would say we can help. We can help. So reach out to us.
To close, we wanted to hear from a student voice. Macy Moats is a senior at Clemson University and one of MPB's Health Nut Club ambassadors. Macy is majoring in agribusiness, and while she didn't come from an agricultural background, she fell in love with agriculture her senior year of high school.
As an ambassador, Macy helps spread peanut awareness across campus.
So my responsibilities as a campus ambassador for the National Peanut Board include going around campus and finding places where peanuts are sold. I found out that we sell peanuts in our football stadium, so that was really cool to know that they're actually getting people to access peanuts that way. Another one of my responsibilities is to kind of find contacts for our dining hall and like dietitian people here at Clemson, seeing how they're incorporating peanuts into college students' diets. And then one of the responsibilities I am working on / completed was I assisted with the Health Nut Club tour that came to Clemson last week. It was so much fun.
The Health Nut Club tour activation brought energy, food, and friendly competition.
People seem to really like the food truck. I think the crepes were a hit. Surprisingly, people, if they tried it, people tend to really love the peanut butter, pickles, and chips sandwich that they had. One of my friends came and I was like, try this, and he told me it was going into his new sandwich rotation. And then, so people really seem to like that. And then just kind of getting people when they came into class, like, hey, are you hungry? Not everybody has a meal pass at Clemson. You don't have to get one if you are not a freshman. So us being right near a dining hall kind of gave that alternative to people, so they don't have to pay $15 to get into the dining hall. They can just have a little sample and something to snack on. And then obviously you had like free merch if you followed the National Peanut Board on Instagram. College students love free merch and free things and t-shirts that they can just wear. And the dry fit material of the t-shirts were perfect because they're great for like working out and being active, which I've noticed a lot of people at Clemson like to be. And then definitely people were intrigued by the free TV that the 18 in the National Peanut Board had going on. Definitely really fun competition-wise to see people go at it. I tried. I'm not that good. I retired from soccer when I was 7 years old. Yeah, but it was definitely very fun and just light competitiveness.
She says peanuts are part of student life more than most realize.
Something surprising that I've learned is just genuinely how many things have peanuts in them. Like, I knew that it was a thing, but like there are a lot of products that just have peanuts or peanut byproducts in there, especially on Clemson's campus, which is really nice because this is another surprising thing that I learned. They're so nutritious for you. Like, I didn't realize, looking at these packs of peanuts that they gave me, there's 7 grams of protein. I could eat one midday. I'm good for a little bit. If I can't go back to my apartment and have a lunch, I'm good. It definitely fuels and gives me a lot of energy that I wasn't expecting.
And when it comes to engaging her generation, Gen Z, Macy knows exactly where to start.
I would definitely say, like, the social media marketing aspect. You scroll between classes on social media when you're walking to class. If you're not talking with somebody, you're probably on your phone. Definitely kind of that social media marketing and like getting that information to students. I know a lot of people, I feel like in my generation, are very big gym goers and like athletes. So kind of like showing them that, hey, peanuts are good for fueling you up for your workout, or like recovery and sustaining energy would also be very effective with my generation.
From UMass to Clemson, these voices show that peanuts have a safe, meaningful, and flavorful place on campus.
And when universities move from avoidance to management, everyone wins. Students get choices, chefs get creativity, and campuses get inclusion.
Because when peanuts are missing,
something's missing.
Okay, Ashton, we've got Thanksgiving coming up here soon, so we've got a little bit of Thanksgiving-themed peanut trivia for you.
Okay, throw it at me.
All right. True or false, there's such a thing as peanut pie that was originally inspired by pecan pie and often served at Southern Thanksgiving tables.
Okay, so funny story. I actually know the answer to this because I've actually had it before. I've actually had a peanut pie, so I'm going to say that is true.
All right, you've had it before, so you know it's true. It absolutely is. In fact, peanut pie became popular in the early 1900s when peanut farmers promoted it as an affordable alternative to pecans or pecans. It's still a favorite in parts of Georgia, Virginia, and the Carolinas, and I have enjoyed myself a slice of peanut pie as well.
Oh, well, but there you go. Hopefully we have more of our listeners will try some with Thanksgiving around the corner, Lauren.
Yes.
And for my co-host, Lauren Highfill Williams, I'm Ashton Pellom. Thanks for listening to the Peanut Podcast. To learn more about how the National Peanut Board supports allergen management and peanut inclusion on college campuses, visit nationalpeanutboard.org. Until next time.
See ya.